Why, hi, hello everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of the Uncut Review. Would you believe it? Me and Gio are actually making regular content for once.
Come on, man. We try our best. We really do.
So this is going to be the second review, the second episode review. Highly recommend you go and watch the first one because for once that was actually decent, and it will already be up on YouTube for you to watch. So pretty much
For once, that was decent.
I mean, it wasn't us rambling.
Our content's always
there was a genuine structure.
Amazing.
There was structure. Let's say that there was structure to it for once. So yeah, like as we said, both episodes, like the first two episodes came out today as we're recording it, so we're kind of getting on the jump. And I have to admit, I think I prefer the second episode a lot more than the first. It's just so funny.
Same.
Also, full spoiler warnings, by the way. Before we get into anything, there will be massive
spoilers left, right, center, middle, whatever.
All over the shop.
I definitely preferred it as well. I feel like it was more. There was more happening, you know.
Yeah, I think
obviously it's got the benefit of being number two.
Yeah, exactly. They've done the building per se, even though, like we said in the last episode, there's not much story, but they've got that. This is the first episode out of the way, so now they're like, right now we're getting on to what we want to do.
Yeah, it's like now we can be more interested and do more kooky concepts, I guess, as we're using the sort of language they would use. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought that the whole concept was way more fun because there were more stakes to it. So if you've not watched the episode, but you don't want it to be spoiled, go watch it and then come back. If you haven't watched it and you don't care, basically the episode centers around Wanda and Maximoff. What am I saying? Wanda and Vision are trying to fit in. Yeah, I was like, what? They're trying to fit in, and so they've for some reason decided that the best way to fit in is to perform a magic show at like the talent competition in this town, which is pretty cool. So when they're doing that, Vision has the brilliant idea of just actually using their powers. And then something happens to Vision.
You missed a big bit. You missed a very big bit. So Vision goes to the neighborhood watch meeting, gets given gum because he's like, it's technically not something, because as he makes a point of in the episode, he says he doesn't eat food, but he says it's purely for masticating. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
It's purely for mastication.
And then he gets hit on the back and he swallows the gum. And there is this incredible, like, I think we both agree, this, like, the image is so good of like what the cogs turning inside of him and what the gum does. It's such an interesting concept.
It's not even that detailed. It's literally like, it's like, if anyone is into games, think of like Fallout 4, just Fallout style cartoony graphic type things, you know, of like the boy that does that and stuff. It's that type of animation.
Oh, Vault Boy, that's it. That's his name.
But it's just really cool. That's it, yeah. But it's just really cool because, like, maybe I'm one of the few people that never really thought about it. But I never really think of Vision as a robot. Like, but he is. Obviously, Tony and Banner made him, and he's an AI. Like, it's Jarvis. You know, like that's his personality basically. And it's just really cool to sort of see them leaning into that and going, oh, by the way, like he isn't human. Like he is as alien as it can get. Like he's a robot basically. Like it's really, that was really cool. So yeah, thank you for pointing out. I didn't really touch on that as much, but yeah, so he eats this gum, he gets a bit incapacitated from that, and his reaction to it's quite good because he basically becomes drunk and starts like messing everything up, and that is basically the crux of the episode and the main thing, and it's really, really cool. What was like your favorite bit?
I think I just have to say, the entirety of Paul Bettany, who's the guy that plays Vision, just him through this entire episode, he was so good. Like the way he just played the being like a broken android was just so funny. And even before that, like the mastication joke, being British and posh. I don't know why, it just sounds so good. It was just so funny.
Humor really lands. Like, and what I like as well is like it's not you know, a lot of shows are very much like this character is the comic relief, this character is the serious one. Like, no, that's not how this show goes. Like, both characters are really funny, and especially like, I wasn't expecting to laugh at like Scarlet Witch's jokes as much because obviously she's quite like a sad character. Like when you really think about like her brother died, the love of her life died. You know what I'm saying? Like she's had a hard life. Like, how did she get her powers? Human experimentation. So the fact that she's actually been given like a lot more room to breathe, she's funny, she's nuanced, whatever the word is. I really love that. I love that we're getting this different side to the character that
this is what I was going to say.
Get in a movie.
Think about it, when did she appear? She appears in Age of Ultron. Like, look how serious she is in that compared to this. Like, when did Age of Ultron come out? Like 2014, 2015? So 5-6 years later, to see the character like this, it's just, I keep pointing there because that's where she, like, that's just behind me on my green screen.
Yeah. His new friends.
Yeah, my new friends. It's genuinely, like, I don't know. I never thought I'd see these sides to these characters, which is, I think, is what I've enjoyed the most, is they've taken probably the two most serious characters in the entire of the MCU and gone, we'll make them funny. And somehow, God knows how, but it works.
Yeah, it really does work. And like we said in episode 1, so if you've watched episode 1, you're coming in watching this now. Like we said, the sitcom style just works with superheroes. Like, I would have loved a Spider-Man sitcom. Not joking, but yeah, like it just really, really works. It works really well with the episode, and also this episode picks up a bit more. So my one critique really of episode 1 was that not a lot happens. There's not much story. There's like a brief tease of stuff throughout the episode and right at the end. But in this one, there's some weird stuff going on throughout. So like we mentioned in episode 1, the whole episode is in black and white.
Well,
episode 2 is the same
until the end. Until the end.
But even before the end, because Wanda starts noticing like little things are going. So she finds like a toy helicopter,
isn't it? Yeah.
And that's like very bright red. And when I'm thinking about it now as well, all the colors that she starts seeing are red. So that toy helicopter is red. Then later on in the episode, this woman who is like a bit horrible, pardon me, that's something interesting that happens before that is she hears on the radio someone saying her name.
Oh, the radio is that same thing from episode 1. Like we said, there's that just eerie tension. Like it's a funny show, but really there is like eerie. A weird eerie tension throughout the entire thing, and radio, it's terrifying.
I've just realized who it could be. Spoilers if this is true. Could be Doctor Strange.
I'd have to re-listen to the voice.
We know she's meant to be in his movie. We know she's meant to be in his movie.
That's very true. I'd have to re-listen to it with thinking it's Doctor Strange, but it could be, yeah, because it's a male voice, so it definitely could be.
In my head, that makes sense because I know that she's meant to be in his movie, like allegedly. So
I thought it was confirmed, and that she is going to be in it.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, tripping. But yeah, so it would make sense that she has to break out of this world that she's in to be with Doctor Strange. So that would be really interesting if we get to see.
I've just had a really weird idea. This is a very weird idea. So the new Doctor Strange is called the Multiverse of Madness, right? What if this isn't the Wanda and Vision from the MCU? It probably is. So it could be but what if it isn't?
New Wanda and Vision.
Because that's how Wanda ends up in Multiverse of Madness, because she's the one that discovered the multiverse.
You just blew my mind.
And I honestly don't think it's true, but it probably isn't.
This turns from a review to theories like, so fast. But
oh man,
that would be crazy. I wonder if that's the concept they'll go with. But we'll see. It's coming out weekly, isn't it? So what days is it coming out? Is it every day?
It's every Friday at 8 o'clock.
Every Friday at 8 a.m. Chilling. So yeah, man, we'll be doing the reviews regularly. But back to what we were saying is so there's this eerie voice going through like, Wanda, who's doing this to you? Wanda, what's going on? And Wanda's like, what is happening? And the woman with her is like, you're a weirdo, basically. Like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And your husband. And she like smashes a glass by accident and cuts her hand open. And here we see the second bit of color in the episode, which is obviously red because she's bleeding. And then right at the very end, everything comes back into color. But what comes back first is Vision's face, which is also crimson.
Yeah. I just want to say though, before we go on to like it being fully in color, the part like where her hand's bleeding and that helicopter, I didn't realize how the vibrancy of the stuff that has color when you've watched an episode and a half in black and white. It's so amazing. Like, especially with the black and with the black and white Wanda as well, where her hand is black and white, but the thing she's holding is in color. I was like, that must have took some serious editing. That is cool.
Those editors, props to them, man, because that was vibes. I was watching that and I was so like, this is really well done. Oh my god. But yeah, so this episode, there's definitely a lot more going on. There's more to think about, which I like. I prefer it when there's more stuff going on. So already my rating for this episode is higher, but we'll get to that. And then do you want to talk about the bit that freaked you out the most?
The beekeeper, right? Well, I just want to say, right, me and Gio we've spoken about this. We have no idea who it is. So if you know,
we don't know
or
who
have
that
any
is.
inkling of who it is, tell us in the comments, because we genuinely have no idea. It just confused us. Like, the dude comes out of a manhole.
I just want to say, like, we obviously are like fans as well. So please don't, if you know like who it is and how the exact plot line is gonna go, don't spoil it for us. Like, we want to watch it as well. Do you know what I mean? So just tell us the character name, please. That's all we want. And like maybe a bit of backstory, but don't tell us how the plot's gonna go.
The thing that intrigues me is it is just a guy in a beekeeper suit. So I'm like, is that a character, or is it just is that like an actual Marvel character, or is that just some weird? Because we all know that the world that she's in is fake at this point. We've worked it out because of everything that's going on. Is it just like some random NPC? Is the best way I can call them, that's in there with them, that's like glitched or something?
But are any of them NPCs? Maybe they're all plugged into some sort of mainframe. We don't know. That's what we're hoping to.
So Wandavision has become the Matrix.
Yeah, basically, pretty much. But it's plausible, and something that is. if you weren't sure whether the world was real or not yet, it's like hardcore confirmed in this episode, because Wanda and Vision are not supposed to see that. So like, they see this beekeeper coming out of the manhole. The beekeeper turns around, looks at them, no face, just completely blacked out silhouette. And they rewind the episode to the point they were just at, and that mistake doesn't happen. They don't see the beekeeper anymore.
That genuinely like broke my mind, because I was like, what? Who, the what, the why, the where, the what? Like, I was just like, what am I meant to do with this information?
See, for me, I actually didn't like that. That is probably my negative.
Oh my god, I've just realized, like, we haven't spoken about this much in depth, so this is the first time we're gonna. What if it's the person that was watching it at the end of episode 1 rewinding it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it was, in my opinion. That's who it is. But I don't like that, because I feel like that power is so overpowered. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no way they'll ever escape, because anything they do, they'll just go rewind. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit OP. They shouldn't really have maybe done that, in my opinion. That's the one negative that I can kind of point out. Like,
I mean, it depends if we're right, personally, though, doesn't it? Because like, it might not be the person that was watching it.
It could, yeah, it might be something else. It might be. One thought I had while watching it was that it was actually Wanda doing it.
I thought that was a possibility, but then I'm like, if she's in a world where she can't remember stuff, where she can't, like, the world doesn't seem normal, then I'm like,
but are we sure she can't remember stuff though? How do we know?
I honestly don't know. Well, this is the first time I've spoken about the MCU in a year.
She might remember that Vision is dead. Obviously, you know, people that have watched the MCU movies know that Vision dies. Like, the stone gets taken out of his head. He's gone. Like,
yeah, he doesn't come back. Gone.
So
I also like. I really enjoy that there's no explanation to that in these first 2 episodes. I really enjoy that they don't explain how Vision's just there. It's just he is. He
just is, yeah, and that's obviously another mystery, I guess, that we'll uncover as
we'll definitely find out.
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to it. It's really cool. This will definitely all have some sort of interconnectivity with it. The shows are all going to be connected, I'm sure. The shows will connect to the movies and whatever. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're going to probably end up doing about 50 million different videos.
Yeah.
Just to connect it all together.
We've already just like FYI for everybody. We've already agreed that we're going to do this for Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki, because the way that the release schedule is working is WandaVision will finish the week later. Falcon and the Winter Soldier's out, and then when Falcon and the Winter Soldier finishes, a week later Loki's out. So we will just keep this as like an ongoing series for the MCU shows.
Absolutely,
and probably
and the podcast will still be going as well.
Yeah, and the podcast
on top of that.
I mean, to be fair, knowing me and Gio, and probably Luke, when Mandalorian season 3 comes out, we'll also be doing that. So
we'll be doing that 100%. We will be doing that. There's going to be a lot of content over the next few weeks, but we'll talk more in depth about that maybe at the end. But yeah, man, that Beekeeper.
Freaky, there's so much stuff in this. Like I said in the first episode, where there's like that eerie silence, like that just eerie feel to the show that you get in episode 1. It's just turned up to 11 in this one. With the weird Beekeeper, the rewinding, it's just so. I don't know what do you think so about the color? Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't know what to think because it is just like you said, it's bizarre. What do you think? I think because I read somewhere before watching the show that it's going to go through 6 decades. So I have a feeling that that's why the colors started. So like now they're done with the black and white era. From now on, it's going to be. Yeah. I have a feeling that episode 3 is going to be the one where you see her in the actual Scarlet Witch costume, like with the red, like with the horns, the whole red suit.
Nah,
it fits that time period though to what the house looks like.
This is a slow burn. This is a slow burn, in my opinion. We're not going to see them in full costume, full superhero wear till like. So there's 8 episodes, I'm pretty sure. We're not going to see that till like episode 5 or 6. I'm calling it.
Wait, this is going out on YouTube, so we'll see next week if we're right.
Maybe even later. Maybe 6 or 7. Bro, if I'm right, you owe me a cookie.
All right, fine. An agreement has been made.
Sorted. Handshake. But yeah, man. I think it's going to be very interesting to see where the show goes.
Haven't brought up that you want to.
Let me just check the notes. Not really. I just think, should we just rate the episode because there's not much more to go over.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's very much a lot of the same, but turned up to 11 for episode 2, which is why I'm curious as to where the third one. Yeah, which is where I'm like, where's the third one going to go? Is it going to go back to episode 1, or is it just going to keep going?
Exactly, man. We just don't know. But so, what's your rating for this episode? You said episode 1 was an 8.
Yeah, I don't want to give it a 9 because I feel like that's too high. But I really, really enjoyed it. Like everything it did work. Like as much as we're sitting here being like we don't know what's going to happen, that's because that's what we're meant to feel. Like that it's meant to be. It doesn't make sense. So I think I might have to give it a 9 because I'm like, it genuinely, it was funny. The story worked. It weirded me out. The acting, especially Paul Bettany, that was just some of the best acting I've seen. That was so funny.
It was good acting. True.
What do you think then? So you rated episode 1 as 7, I believe. So what did you
see? I don't feel I can give it. I can't quite give it a 9, just because 9 is like nearly perfect. I'd say an 8 is reasonable. I'd say it's better than episode 1, 100%. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind about that. Obviously, it does benefit from the fact that it's second. The world building is done. We know the characters now, so the episode has more room to do things. But that's not my problem. Do you know what I'm saying? The episode is just better. There's more fun stuff going on. Like, if you want to see combat, still no combat, but there's more magic action powers going on and stuff.
Yeah,
which I really enjoyed that in this episode, was the whole magic show thing that they did. I just thought that was really cool to watch.
It was just funny watching Wanda try and catch up with everything that Vision was doing. It was so funny.
Yeah, exactly. It just worked really well. So I can't give it a 9 also because I'm waiting on to see how it stacks up against other episodes. So
yeah,
I'm going to give it an 8, but what I think we should do is when episode 8 does come out and it's all finished, we might do another little very quick like 10-minute video, retroactively look back at the whole season and re-rank every episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's something you guys want to see us do, obviously
leave a like,
comments. Yeah, give us likes, please.
But don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because we as you'll see by the time this episode's gone out, we have rebranded the channel. There is going to be more content on here. There is going to be a lot of
change now.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be we don't know at the minute. At the minute, we have this and the podcast as the 2 things that we're going to do. But if you have any more ideas for stuff we can do, because the annoying thing is, because of the world right now, we basically can only do stuff like this in this format. But any ideas you've got, any ideas you've got that we can do in this format, more than we will happily. Also, I have a green screen, so anything you want me to do, I can just throw up on the picture behind
even
me.
If it's stuff even if it's stuff that we can't necessarily do yet, but just things you want to see us do in future, like, we're down. Do you know what I mean? So just drop it all, like, send it me on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you have me on, leave it in the YouTube comments. Like, we're active on YouTube and stuff, so if you leave a comment, we'll reply, or whatever.
Absolutely. And also,
yeah, man,
let anybody that has watched the show, because this will be going out a day after the show comes out, so probably most people won't have. But if you have, let us know what you thought, and also try please and tell us who this beekeeper is, because we're so confused by this.
Explain, but don't explain too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, I just want to say thank you everybody for still watching. You know what I mean? Me and Finton really have a lot of fun doing this type of stuff. It's good vibes. We're going to be doing it all year as well. Like, we'll probably, if any movies do come out this year, because obviously the situation, but we'll probably do movie reviews as well.
Absolutely.
I might, if people are interested in music, I might do my own little music thing on the side, still on the channel.
At the end of the day, it's our channel, so we can all do whatever we want on it. If anyone's got any ideas,
yeah, exactly, man.
Literally anything.
If you want to see Finton jump into a bath full of stinging nettles, we can arrange that. Do you know what I'm saying? No problem. We can do that easy.
Don't know how I feel about that.
Nah, you want to do that, but yeah, man. Thank you everybody for watching.
And we will be back.
We'll wrap it up here. We'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll leave it. So we will be back next Friday. We haven't got a time set yet, because this week there were 2 episodes out, so we've recorded 2 in one day. But from next week, we will have a confirmed time. We're thinking around 3 o'clock ish that the episode will be out on the day that the episode of the show releases. The review will be out by 3 o'clock. So make sure to subscribe.
That's the goal.
I will put the first episode up in the eye up there when I edit it, to make sure that if if you haven't seen that, go watch that. And we will see you next with the podcast. I guess the podcast will be the first thing out.
True.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. The support has been actually mental. Like, we're recording this on Friday when episode 5 has gone out, and oh my god, the support has been incredible. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, man.
And we've
got more views in like 3 hours than we got in like a week on the other one. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But we will try and keep making content. We'll try and keep making content that both we and you enjoy. So we will see you next week, and make sure to subscribe. I will keep doing it.
Thank you all for watching. Bye.